Are you looking for the best small towns to live in near Seattle? Well, stick around because I'm going to show you the 5 best small towns to call home in the Seattle area. And when I say small towns, what I mean is towns less than 20,000 people, based in King County, and the population including the whole zip code. And in fact, these 5 towns that I'm about to show you have barely 50,000 people combined. I must mention that to know these towns is to know that we are part of a bigger story. And that is because all 5 of these towns reside on land that is home to the Snoqualmie tribe. Their origin story is deeply rooted and connected to places like Snoqualmie Falls, Mount Si, and this land around us that has sustained them for generations. We are fortunate to have the Snoqualmie tribe be stewards of this land and keep their traditions and stories alive. I encourage you to dive deep into the tribe's story, and I'll have links below. So let's get to it. We're gonna jump in the car. I'm gonna take you on a day trip of the towns of the Snoqualmie Valley and show you why they are the best small towns to live in near Seattle. Let's go. Our first town on our list is Falls City, and Falls City is located at the confluence of the Raging and Snoqualmie rivers. It's about 20 miles east of Seattle, and you can access it via I-90 or Highway 202. So it's nestled right in between Redmond and Snoqualmie. And people that live in Falls City have great commuting options to all the major regions and employers in the area. So we're gonna head over to Falls City and we're gonna stop at one of my favorite places, grab a quick coffee, and that is Aroma Coffee in Falls City. All right, got my coffee, so we're set now. You know, people love Falls City for its small town charm, its slower paced lifestyle, and the variety of options for home styles to choose from. Falls City is home to about 5,000 residents, and there really are some major areas that you can pick from for houses. So you can be in downtown area, the historic town streets, you can be a riverfront, or you can be on acreage, small farms, up in the hills and around Falls City. Some cool things about Falls City is that it's home to Pete Nelson of Nelson Treehouse and Treehouse Masters. I know you've seen his shows. Also, the schools service here are in the Snoqualmie Valley School District, and Falls City even has its own Christmas movie that was filmed almost exclusively here in town. So check that out. So we're gonna continue our small town tour here, and we're gonna head to Carnation and grab lunch at Carnation Cafe. Let's go. So here we are in Carnation at Tolt McDonald Regional Park. This park is amazing. It's over 575 acres. It's got miles of trails, campgrounds, ball fields, and is now the new home of the Carnation Farmers Market, which is one of the favorite local attractions, including places like Remlinger Farms, Carnation Farms, and tons of you-pick berry options and pumpkin patches for year-round fun. Carnation's also a great place to go fishing and do paddle sports. Carnation is located between Falls City and Duvall on Highway 203, and it's right here at the junction of the Tolt and Snoqualmie rivers. Most of the 6,500 residents of Carnation live in town or up Stillwater roadside, and they can find neighborhoods along the Tolt River, so you got plenty of options. And the majority of homes in Carnation are going to be on the east side of Highway 203, as the west side is active and productive farmland. Carnation is a thriving community with a revitalized downtown, a farmer's market, and businesses and restaurants that host live music and artists. There's so much going on in Carnation. Students that live in Carnation feed into the Riverview School District. There's a library in town and one stoplight. All right, back on the road, heading north on Highway 203, and we finished up at Carnation Cafe, and I gotta say, next time you're in Carnation, make sure to stop at Carnation Cafe. They've got great choices for everyone, including kids, and you'll love it. So we're headed now to our next town, and that is Duvall. We're gonna stop at one of my favorite parks in all of Snoqualmie Valley, and that is McCormick Park in downtown Duvall, right along the river. You're gonna love it. Let's go. So here we are at McCormick Park in downtown Duvall. And Duvall is located along the Snoqualmie River and Highway 203 between Carnation and Monroe. Duvall features homes in the River Valley as well as neighborhoods up Big Rock Road and down the beautiful Cherry Valley Road. Duvall has just over 10,000 residents, and the town has grown steadily over the last decade. The Riverview School District serves students who live in Duvall, and commuters have great access to the greater east side. Locals and visitors alike love the charm of Duvall. It's got great festivals like the March of the Vegetables and Duvall Days, held the first weekend in June, and that's going strong for over 60 years. Music and the arts in Duvall run deep. On the streets you can find murals and paintings and carvings from local artists, and the music scene in Duvall has deep roots all the way to the national scene in Nashville, home of Austin Jenks and so many other great local artists. It's easy to find live music in Duvall. As you can see, finding something about Duvall to enjoy is pretty easy. From the trails to town, you won't be disappointed. So now we've wrapped up our tour of the towns in the lower Snoqualmie Valley. We're gonna head up valley to Snoqualmie and go see what Snoqualmie has to offer. Let's go. So here we are in downtown Snoqualmie. We're at the historic train depot that is cared for by the Northwest Railway Museum. And here in downtown Snoqualmie, you'll find wineries, local gift shops, restaurants, and more for a ton of great activities for everyone. And when you have attractions like these, as well as Snoqualmie Falls, Seattle's closest casino, and a world-class golf course, it's pretty easy to see why people fall in love with Snoqualmie. Snoqualmie is home to just over 12,000 residents, and housing options are a variety of choices for people. You can live on the ridge, you can live in historic town, or charming pockets like Ernie's Grove, Tokel, and more. And Snoqualmie sits east of Seattle, about 25 minutes, and just minutes to the greater east side. So commuting times, if that's what you need, are amazing and too close to pass up for people looking to get out of the city. Snoqualmie is also interesting because you have contrasting areas to choose from. You've got the newer area of Snoqualmie Ridge and the more historic areas of town and the lower valley. I've even heard other brokers tell people to not shop off of the ridge because everywhere off the ridge floods, which is absolutely crazy, oversimplified, and plain wrong. So I really encourage a deep dive into Snoqualmie so you don't miss out. Snoqualmie really stands out in Washington State for small towns and is leading the way in community events, a welcoming spirit, and a vibrant community. Students that live here go into the Snoqualmie Valley School District, and it's a huge draw for families with kids. You know, there's really so much Snoqualmie has to offer, and I can't possibly fit everything here in this video, which is why you should just go watch all my other videos that I've made on life in Snoqualmie to see what you're missing. And now we're gonna head to our final stop on our best small towns near Seattle. So we're headed up valley to North Bend. Let's go. So we got one town left to talk about, and that is North Bend. But to talk about North Bend, I think the best way to do it is to be on a trail. And so I'm headed to one of my favorite local trailheads. show you around, and give you true insight on what life in North Bend is all about. So here we are at the top of Little Cy, and to talk about North Bend, I just had to bring you up here. We've got town behind me, we've got the mountains, Rattlesnake Ledge. It's just a gorgeous viewpoint. And in my opinion, North Bend is a unicorn town. For so long, it has been overlooked as too far away or not much to offer. But when you dive deep, North Bend continues to impress. And guess what? It's just getting started. So where is North Bend? Well, it's pretty simple. Once you leave Seattle, you head east on I-90. In about 30 minutes, you'll hit North Bend. It's the last town before Snoqualmie Pass. And with Mount Si looming over town, the Snoqualmie River running through its neighborhoods, you know, it has so much natural beauty, it's impossible to ignore. Another great thing about North Bend is that it's leading the way in outdoor recreation in the region and possibly the state. It's at the edge of wilderness, and you can really enjoy the outdoors and pretty much any sport and activity year-round. Living in North Bend provides more choices for homes than most people even comprehend. You've got riverfronts, you've got in-town living, you've got charming neighborhoods, you've got luxury estates, from mountain views to riverfronts to retreats nestled in the trees. North Bend has so many options to make your dreams come true. North Bend has just over 13,000 residents, has great access throughout the region, and is a part of the amazing Snoqualmie Valley School District. North Bend is a vibrant community. It's got amazing locally owned businesses, festivals and live music throughout the year, and community-oriented fun for all ages. I'll put it this way, North Bend is the town your friends wish they could live in. So there you have it. We finished up our tour of the valley. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into all the towns of the Snoqualmie Valley. The best towns to live in near Seattle. Make sure to check out my town guides linked in this post for more information. And you know, I've built my business around the Snoqualmie Valley and these towns for good reason. The Snoqualmie Valley is a special, special place. Let me show you today. I don't need GPS to get you around. So reach out to me today. I'm easy to get a hold of. Thanks for watching. I'm Brian Davis. I'll see you in the Valley.